A new exhibition here at the Romanian Cultural Institute, an exhibition that is very special. Very special because it has an interesting story, and it's a bit like a thriller, police type work, detective story and so on, because it's about finding a treasure stove here in the United States of some of the most interesting photography made in Romania in the past decades. In fact, everything you see comes from Ohio, where the photograph Eugeniu Lupu now lives. It is for us a huge discovery, and there has been quite a tremendous work to live through all these hundreds, thousands of negatives, of photographs, and in the end come up with this exhibition. And it's the testament to the vision and determination of the curator of this exhibition. That's my colleague Luisa over there. Luisa has curated this exhibition and was in, for the past months, was in constant contact with Eugeniu Lupu, talking to him, discussing what would be it's a huge collection, and talking to the artist and seeing what would be best to show in the exhibition now. Of course, the collection is much bigger. And then, because it's such a beautiful display, Luisa, together with our colleague, in fact, everybody in this institute was somehow involved, set up this exhibition, and Luisa and my colleagues did a fantastic job in putting on the walls all this exhibition and creating this story, because it's a story of, in fact, a history of Romanian culture for the past, let's say, 40 years in portraits. You can rarely find something like this, to have an entire, several decades of history in visual arts, in literature, in film, in theater, seen through portraits. Portraits that some of them are known in Romania, but many of them are totally unknown, are shown for the first time. And we are very, very proud to be able to show this treasure, this photographic treasure, for the first time. It is important, this exhibition is important for us because we are very much interested in preserving a certain memory that otherwise would vanish. I think it's our duty here at the Romanian Cultural Institute, especially with artists and art, Romanian art, Romanian artists, but present here in the United States. We believe it's our duty to try to conserve them, save it, and bring it to the public. Otherwise, a treasure like this would have remained locked somewhere in Cleveland, Ohio, and nobody would have enjoyed it. And we are very, very proud to be able to do this work of conservation. At the same time, we want to recall a history, an important history of our culture. If you look on these walls, as I said, a very important part of our cultural history is presented. Some of the best artists, best known writers, actors, directors are pictured here. Some with very important works, with very important contributions to our cultural history. Yeah.
How did this cultural treasure come to Ohio? I mean, you have to get it out of Romania, correct?
Yeah, if you look at the artists have to do it because the artist lives there. The artist
Does Romania allow this cultural treasure to leave?
I mean, it's negatives. You know, you can bring them in a suitcase, you know, and you still have it. But at the same time, we are celebrating a career, a fantastic career, and thank you for pointing it out because it brings me to the character that created all this treasure, and that's Eugeniu Lupu. And this guy is a fantastic guy. He started as a DOP, director of photography, trained as a director of photography, but in his spare time did photographs. Did a lot of them. He has, he's worked as a DOP and director for, I don't know, more than 200, 300 documentaries in communist Romania between, I think, early 1970s and the beginning of the 1990s, something like that. So for a long period of time, was very prolific as a documentarian, as a director of documentaries, but at the same time, he followed his passion as a photographer. And then in 1991, moved to the United States, started a new life, became a painter, another love of his life, of his artistic life, and Luisa is whispering that she's preparing an exhibition of his. No, not yet. But he started as he reinvented himself as a painter here, and since 1990s lives in the United States. It has had several exhibitions as a painter, but none as or very few contribution as a photographer. But photography, we can argue, was one of the arts in which he really excelled. Look at these photographs. What is striking when you see these people, how relaxed they are. I think they are so relaxed and they can reveal themselves because he was able to get into their intimacy, to get into their intimate life, to visit them at home, in their studios, made them open to him. And that's why he was able to take this wonderful photography, because if you knew some of these people, you wouldn't see pictures like this of them. You can rarely see them in these, in these postures, in these environments. But the greatness of this photography, what is most interesting, is the fact that he is able to enter with his camera in the inner sanctum of these people. Some of them are very famous, some of them are very private, most of them like to live outside the spotlight. Why? Because it's the 70s and 80s in Romania, it's a communist time, it's a dictatorship, it's a rough system. So these people protect their intimacy, their creative labs, their studios, like nothing else. And they would admit very few people. But with him, because he is an intimate, he's a friend, they are relaxed. They can show their true colors. And he can picture them and photograph them in the way very few other people would see them. So I think the importance of this exhibition is, of course, artistic. It's great photography. It's good photography. It is it's a documentarian, because we document through this photography several decades of a very, very important part of our history through these personalities. And of course, it's very important from a historical point of view, because we are able to conserve a very important part of our cultural history and the history of our creativity. So we are very proud of this exhibition. I'd like to thank you all for being here tonight, and please enjoy, you know, this photograph. Just spend a little more time in front of the photographs that you like. You will see details and angles and aspects that would surprise you. And with a glass of wine in your hand, strolling through the gallery, looking at these wonderful photographs, thinking of this wonderful man, you will have the most fantastic evening one can have today in New York City. And of course, we very much wanted to have the man himself. He was quite, dynamic, quite vivid, quite participatory when Luisa was working with him at the exhibition. But in the last minute, he had to pull out. You know, he's a guy in the middle of his mid-80s, something like 84. You know, mid-80s. It's not that simple to travel anymore for him. But we said, look, you know, we want to have you here, but if you cannot come, you gotta make a statement so that the wonderful people who will come to see the exhibition at the opening can hear from you. And that's why we have this film, this testimony, and in which it's important to say it is fragments of his memoirs that are in the works and that are going to be published probably next year or I don't know, shortly. So he very much wanted to read something from them, and he was very prepared very much. You know, we say you have to say a few words so people can hear something from you. No. I'm going to write something on purpose for this evening. I'm going to read from my memoirs. I'm going to tell my story, how it unfolded. Say, okay, do whatever you like. It's your evening as well. We are very, very happy to have this film. So watch the film, enjoy the photographies, enjoy your presence here at the Romanian Cultural Institute, as we very much want to see you and share these beautiful Fridays together with our wonderful hub. Thank you.
Thank you.